tree.
Well, I mean, so basically what Dplus have said, it's just a pylon composition, right? The problem is, they picked it face up into Galio. Now there's a Maokai there.
You know, the All-Pro votes came out, right? And there's been a lot of discussion about it. And as much as the players probably try not to read, you know, there's a lot of that. As he's going to redeem himself here.
Morgan's dead. I have no idea what happened, apart from the fact that Xiu just killed the Lord.
Well,
there must be a reason.
I mean,
as he's getting closer and closer to that first item. And Beryl just standing guard. That is going to be the gentleman's agreement here, as both of these teams, absolutely full of gentlemen, as we know.
And even though they had Paulo with level 6 and the Galio ult was available for closer, they just let the grubs go. Safer call. That timing.
Yeah,
Still value. There you go.
Yep, Steadfast Presence going to stop him from doing one of his dashes. There you go. As teleport to bring in the Maokai. Palu just getting himself back out onto the map.
They want to prevent Morgan from being dove here. He has ult and flash, and a Maokai is here. I think Dplus definitely will think twice about this.
Yeah, there is a Trundle also making his way up. So Palu looking to try and find Lucid. He's going to be very slippery with his Living Shadow. So Croco will be able to get the smite onto the Krug camp. But Lucid is going to get stunned up. They're still looking for an angle. Deathmark comes on through, and out goes the Maokai and everyone else.
All right, well, we turned a dive defense into an attempt to look for a pick, and then Beryl says...
Definitely not Mario Party.
Yeah, I was going to say that is
play Mario Party.
Morgan still has flash, but doesn't have his ult anymore, and I think he's just dead.
Yeah, he is very, very dead. Does look to lock down Beryl, as one more auto will do it. Aiming was tanking the turret, so that means they are able to get it done. Got a little bit frightening there in the middle, but it wouldn't be a DK dive
if it was trying to catch them, these waves, and missing minions at a time. Lucid getting some more farm away as well.
Yeah, Croco going to be taking a death mark here as Lucid continuing to try and do damage. Showmaker wanting to catch up and take down the Troll King. And down he will go. There's Feats of Warfare locked up from Lucid. That is first item completion diff right there.
And also he's like, he subjugates Lucid.
All right, I'm going to check this one out from Lucid's perspective.
Gets the camp away. Has Eclipse, so has that extra shield. Goes in for the combo here. Has ult running.
Yeah, he likes it.
Good. Got him.
And he said it was
just been completely out macroed, to be honest. Like, we haven't talked a ton about like where all the goal leads and stuff are, but Dplus are just kind of walking around the map and taking everything they want, and that's kind of how this comp works, as Lucid once again lurking. He's got the right target.
God, yeah. Hype is going to have to try and make it rain, but unfortunately it's rain and aimings instead. And down he will go.
So,
oh dear. Well, there's a taunt onto Showmaker. He's putting the kennel as well, but Tibbers, he likes that. That's another kill for Lucid, somehow. We'll need context on that one. He went very far for that. Used his flash, survived. And Beryl is continuing to be frustrating here. Closer not going to be backing. And that will spell a lot of damage on these turrets. Oh my god.
First turret and Dragon after getting the kill and not backing. He doesn't care. Well, yeah, this game is starting to really become quite a one-sided one.
Thankfully, the bros have already taken a Dragon part.
They picked MF here, by the way. And then Palu eats some of Amy's Q. He doesn't even stick for it. Yeah, Lucid just... red buff.
Yeah, it just gets him. There it is.
As well committed, I think.
That's going to be some bounty gold. Beryl is about 100 health, but that's exactly the way he likes it, as Close is teleported in. That is going to be Rift Herald going over to the bros against the flow of play.
Yeah, they may be able to, by the way, bounty, if they could get this mid-turret. I'm not sure if they can actually get the mid-turret with a drop here, but they are going to try for it. Hype has ult, so they're trying to bait a play here out of Dplus.
Squishy members of DK are the ones trying to frontline here, as in goes Morgan, finds Showmaker, and down he will go. The turret is still standing, but it's not quite working out. Polu goes over the wall. The Zed is already dead. And Aiming and Beryl will not be able to stand their ground. Xiu is taking it out of turret here on this top side of the map, as they do get a second charge on the inner.
There's a big wave here. I don't know if they quite have enough, though, to go for a double turret, but double charge is good enough. For extension there, we've seen that quite a bit, especially from our Noodle team yesterday. This type of game state, but they get a lot of Croco's health, and it is a Zed, so he should be fine,
We'll see whether he will be fine, as the Deathmark does come out onto Croco. The explosion of damage comes in, Subjugate not enough. to keep him alive. And Lucid just goes back to his other shadow. That gives time for Showmaker to make his way over. And Shiu has finally joined the fight, finds Hype. And that is going to get the flash out of the MF. The tree died off camera. And DK right back into the driver's seat. Those tempo vibes, man, they are a fickle mistress, are they not?
They certainly are.
But they do have 3 grubs, so these Void Mites are going to really be helping out. Croco does take a bunch of petals here. Petal value in trade for an inner turret.
Side. If he's left alone, he'll just push that back and start hitting that other inner turret I was mentioning. And then the Otacon vision will naturally eventually get taken over by Dplus as they reset post-Dragon. And Dplus playing a good macro game again here.
Yes.
There's that Showmaker TP. He appeared to be not there, but he's there, in fact.
And I don't know whether the bros can do anything about this.
No.
They do have the Nature's Grasp, but it's so far away. Polo moving in, and Lucid able to lock this one down. The Poppycopter is spinning. The barrel doesn't even need to use it, as now Closer on that flank angle is going to get spotted out. Does a lot of damage here to Aiming, who's trying to keep himself healthy. Shiu doing the same thing. Look at that health bar. That item is revolting. And Morgan is caught out on the backside. They are just being surgically removed from the map. If you have a bro problem, DK can solve it for you. There is Shiu taking down the Trundle, and Closer going to be the next one on the menu. They are all about conservation here, though, so the trees will live, but that is all. Gargoyles need not apply. Notre Dame will be taken down in front of their eyes. Down goes the inner turret. There are a lot of weird references in that last play-by-play. I'm sorry about that one, but that was a great fight for DK.
Secure the team fight win and the game with it, as there's no Baron. That's not up for a minute's time. The Nexus hasn't exploded yet, but this MF, let's just say she's not getting younger in this game.
Yep. Now we've got to teleport in. Showmaker could be in trouble, gets a speed up from the Molten Shield.
Phase rush out, get out of there!
Nature's Grasp! That's going to lock him up, covered in cats, and put in the bin. Down goes Showmaker. It does take a bit of time, does do a bit of damage there as well. But the Showmaker for inhibitor turret trade is one that scholars have actually come to a determination on. They have said, in fact, getting the inhibitor in the mid lane,
when you call the bro exterminators, they'll throw in an extra inhibitor as well.
Yeah, I guess that's how it works. They got a good coupon on that one as Lucid gets himself out. The bullet time, it's not bullet time. It's time for something else. Maybe it's game 4 time for the bros.
Dplus called in the first 15 minutes right after that ad.
Yeah.
And that is a bounty going over to Morgan. That's something. But my bro leaf is not very strong right now in this third game, Atlas.
Dwindling, to say the least, Wolf, as DK do manage to take down another inhibitor turret. The Baron has spawned as DK slink back to the Fog of War. They're going to buy some items.
You know, I think when I told the League of Legends gods and the LCK gods and tried to caster curse this into existence, I said I wanted a close back and forth series. I meant close games in the series, not just like one team stomps, the next team stomps, and the next team stomps. Like that's what we're watching here. Shiu is Aatrox, he doesn't care about your chicken buckets. Good skin choice from Closer, but it's not enough.
It's not quite going to work. Able to umbrally dash his way out of there. Lucid going to help with...
Makes this a little bit unfair, but I want everyone to see. Hype has IE, okay, he has it.
Yeah.
Aiming does have Asher's Tooth and all that, but
and very cool.
Let's just like not talk about the individual matchup. Let's just say like, look, it's a 2.5 item misfortune. You know, maybe she could do something in this fight. Let's see what she does in these upcoming fights, if anything, in this draft.
Beryl would go in there, wouldn't he?
He would.
As this time, Aiming is going to be alongside him. Lucid there as well. He really wants to kill Closer. He might be able to do so, but the Death Mark is not quite going to do the damage. The bullet time does, though, as Beryl will be going down, but there is also the Galio falling as Shiu gets into the backline. This time, he's on a champion that's actually supposed to do the flanking, and there he goes. He finds the angle, has Aiming there for the cleanup, and I don't think we're even going to see a Baron, as I think DK just want to end the game.
Even going into a choke point to MF, but you know what? Maybe Hype broke 8K off that one. That's your consolation prizes. Dplus are going up to match point here in a very decisive game 3.
Oh my goodness. Showmaker flash tibbered the air just to